Opposed or abstaining, motion carries. At this point, please stand for the saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, well, if the presentations do not work, I'll turn over to the superintendent.
One second. Okay, at this time, I'd like to turn it over to Ms. Pavlak.
Good evening. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be here. I'm Lisa Pavlak, and I'm beyond blessed and grateful to be teaching art here. This is my alma mater, and I am at the high school for art appreciation and at Tuscarora teaching art to those students as well. I'm really excited to showcase my incredible art appreciation students' artwork in the ALC boardroom. It was a wonderful idea that my art education colleagues came up with when I was asking for a space to showcase their artwork. And I think this worked out beautifully, and I thank you for this opportunity. One of my students, Michael, is here with his mom, and we've been having a lot of fun this year, just learning about different big ideas and introducing us to art. And that's our theme, because they haven't had art in a very long time. So we're having fun creating, inspired by different artists, different movements, and just having fun playing with art. So I really thank you for this opportunity to showcase my students' artwork, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday.
If I could just add a couple things, I did have an opportunity to actually see Michael doing some of the artwork in class, and I give a lot of credit to Michael, because Michael actually listens to my announcements when they go out. Right, Michael?
Yeah.
See, he's one of the few people who I think actually, so thank you, Michael. We have a special bond because of that, so thank you. If we want to take maybe a minute and take a look over, and then let's look at a little bit of that work. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was expecting your other outfit.
I don't fit in that right now.
Cut the sleeves off, man. Go, go.
Not
next
there.
time.
I
That's
don't
awesome.
fit in. It's here I don't fit in. Are you kidding?
That is so cute. That's excellent. Thank you so much.
That's what one picks up too.
Yeah, I got it.
Underneath that, you got it?
I got it.
All
I'll
right.
take it.
I got another wind day tomorrow.
I'm gonna go get the door for me, buddy. Okay.
You're welcome.
Great work. Yes. Happy holidays. Thank you, guys.
Take care. Got it.
Thank you.
There goes our audience.
All right, I call for a motion to accept the consensus agenda items as submitted.
I'll make the motion.
Anything to discuss or vote on separately? All those in favor, then please say aye. Aye. Opposed or abstaining, motion carries. Call for motion to accept the personnel report as submitted. I'll second. Anything to discuss or to vote on separately? And then all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed or abstaining, motion carries. Call for motion to approve the field trips as listed. I'll second it. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed or abstaining, motion carries. All right, policy committee for standing committee.
Yes, so we had a meeting prior to this meeting and discussed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 policies that will be on the next agenda.
Okay. Very good. All right, external written communications to the board. We have our internal claims audit report item there. It's an informational item only. And then we have a early graduation informal item there too. All right, ex officio student members report.
Team had a really big game against Grand Island tonight, so that's what's occurring right now at Hockey Outlet, and all the other teams for the fall season in preparation.
Can I ask a question? When's your next game?
My next game is actually this Saturday for my child,
Oh, not school?
not school.
I thought you had a school game.
No, no.
I'll put John in the spot because maybe he'll know this since, you know, Matt's not here. Do you know where we'd feel finishing supremacy for fall?
No, it's a map and tabulate.
No, okay. Just curious where they end up. Sure. All right, superintendent's report.
Great. You should have received a draft of the budget calendar. I think what we'll do is we'll bring that, yep. I think we should bring that to the board at the next meeting, correct, Allison? Okay, so take a look. If you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, we'll be bringing it on the next agenda. I want to thank the board members who were able this year to attend the Board of Education walkthroughs. I think it's always a good opportunity, of course, and I know you do to get in there whenever you can, to see some of the work that's being done. And so thank you. I want to commend all of our schools. If you look around in the ALC here, you'll see a lot of boxes. And at all of our schools, we have work that's being done to help support people in our community. And it's special. It's a special time of year, of course, but it's really important for our kids at a young age to be part of giving back. And this is the way that our school community does it. are one of the ways, and they do it incredibly well. And what you see at the high school is incredible. But we also have those sort of things happening in all of our buildings, especially this time of year, not just this time of year, but especially this time of year. So thank all the people who are participating in that, our families, our staff. It's awesome. I also want to thank local law enforcement. Last week, we had a situation that impacted our school community. And I just need people to understand how incredible the collaboration and communication is with our local law enforcement agencies. We feel very confident when we work with them to make decisions about the safety of our students and of our staff. And so I know that, you know, a lot of groups don't hear it enough, but our law enforcement agencies, I think, really don't, and they deserve it. They deserve to hear what a great job they do to help keep us safe, to communicate with us. And so thank you. Another topic I've talked about a few times here has to do with the Tuscarora Indian School and the capital project work that hasn't been done there because of the lack of state funding. I'm here to report that I believe we're in a pretty good place today. Okay. The Board of Regents has included both the Tuscarora Elementary School capital work and the work of the other two districts in their overall budget. I haven't seen their finalized numbers yet, but they've said that it's going to be in the budget. So much so, and I feel I'm feeling better about this. We're not there yet, but that our regent, for the Board of Regents, Regent Collins, was actually scheduled to come last Friday and take a tour of Tuscarora Elementary School. And she called me on Thursday and said, instead, can I come out in the spring and summer sometime when the work's being done? Because I was coming to see what needed to be done so I could go back and report to the Board of Regents. But she said that the commissioner had already spoken to her and said, it's going to be in our budget. So thank you, Regent Collins, for passing along that information. I think it's great for us to know. We feel better. I'll feel really good once I see that the Board of Regents budget has been adopted by the governor in the executive budget, which we should know by mid-January. So for now, I just want to thank everybody who's helped, who's written letters, who's made phone calls, who's been in countless meetings, come to press conferences, traveled to, across New York State for some of these press conferences. I want to thank all the people who did that. We'll hold off right now until we hear something in January. Hopefully it's the good news that we expect to hear. Okay. Capital project, I know you usually like to mention. Okay, January 24th at 4 o'clock is our next capital project committee meeting. We'll really start breaking down some of the work for the next project. Food service, always already touched on. Thank you. Free meals through June 30th of 2022. And last but not least, happy holidays to everyone and their families.
Questions of superintendent on his report?
I do have a question.
Okay.
I know we briefly talked about it on our board walkthroughs, but can we try to get something going to tour the pre-K?
Pre-K, we'll set up, thank you. Pre-K tour. Yes. Thank you.
And reports to the board, we have the to approve the release of duties for tax collector and approve the final tax collection report. It's like the call for motion to be resolved upon the recommendation of superintendent, the Board of Education approve the following resolution. That is not on my screen all of a sudden. Hold on 1 second to refresh. Let me just see if it's in there. Yeah. Yeah, well, I have it here, but when I went to zoom in. That be it resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent to the Board of Education, approve the following resolution. Whereas New York State law provides that the tax collector shall be relieved of her responsibilities for the uncollected portion of the tax rolls where a complete list of delinquent tax items has been certified to the Board of Education. And since the collector has affixed her affidavit to such statement and the affidavit and has affixed a statement accounting for the handling of the tax and list as per supplemental minutes. And whereas the Assistant Superintendent of Finance and Management has examined and verified the accuracy of the signed report of the collector, therefore be it resolved that the Board of Education accept the report of the tax collector, having determined that the tax collector has accounted for the full amount, the tax warrant, that the tax collector be released from the responsibilities for the uncollected portion of the fiscal year of 2021 tax warrant, and that the list of delinquent tax items of the fiscal year 2021 and 2022 with the addition of statutory penalty be certified to the Niagara County Treasurer, and tax collector copies of the tax receipts be placed on file with the school district clerk. Is there a motion to accept that? Is there a second? It's been seconded. Any further discussion of that item? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed or abstaining? Motion carries. All right, moving down to old business. We have a discussion on virtual hybrid meetings. It's been asked to provide a hybrid option to one of the members. I am now leaving it open here to discuss said item. If there is but there needs to be a motion on the floor and for us to do so. You have to have an item that we have to discuss, yes, so you have to make a motion to have that on there. So you have to make a motion that you're going to either have, allow for hybrid virtual option for members of the Board of Education. And so if there's, someone has to make that motion, it has to be seconded, and then we open up for discussion. You make a motion?
I'm making a motion to not have the hybrid meeting and only have virtual when it's through the recommended through the state with health reasons. I don't know how you want to state that, but.
Well, you make the recommendation based on the determination of the superintendent of schools.
Right.
Because that means if we're going to go fully virtual, that means the school would be fully
Right, yeah.
virtual in regards. Okay, so just to clarify that, the motion is that to not have, not allow any members of the Board of Education to attend meetings in a hybrid format, and that only virtual meetings will be held when deemed necessary by the superintendent of schools.
I'll second his motion.
That motion's been seconded. Discussion now on the items. I will open it up to board members, whoever.
I just wanted to ask a question on that.
Sure.
What if someone's really sick or got the COVID and is at home or really serious documented medical issues? Is he allowed a hybrid? Because I know I heard last month, yes. Now, has this changed that?
No.
No? Why?
No, because
Well, I'm asking a question.
I'm telling you. I said, no, my thing is no, because that person can always communicate with the superintendent, get whatever. You've done it many times, Rick. So, I mean, it's nothing new, right? So I would say no.
In the answer to, okay, yeah, so I think you wanted clarification if
On what included.
what
Yeah,
included.
Nothing's included.
So in this regards, with his motion that was on there, nothing is included. And
Right.
no, there's no option for any member of the board to be hybrid.
Is there any thought from any member of the board that if in cases like what we talked about a month ago, can we add that in? If there's, good medical documentation. Is there any positive thought on that?
I think the compromise piece of that, and we go back to looking at something that I said, that we are not above the employees of the school, or what has been done for students in the school. And if you take a look at that piece, if students did have comorbidities, they were allowed a virtual option to attend a program that's not run by our district. If there's documented comorbidities for someone, I would entertain that piece to be, to amend that motion to do that. But I would like to hear from the rest of you on that view of that piece. But I mean, that again comes down to only comorbidities, not, if it was due for the inability to attend because of mask wearing or anything else that's not tied to comorbidities, it would be just as so what our students had to have happen, and most of them went homeschool that couldn't wear masks, and they're doing their own program. So, which then again makes them not part of it. So I'm leaving it up to board discussion. I mean, I've covered this in the past couple of weeks along with John so much. I mean, I've beat every angle of this to death with thinking of it, but I want to hear from the board here in the meeting.
Well, I think we're talking a little different issue than what we've been addressing the last couple of months.
Mhm.
We're not talking facial message. We're talking well-documented, whatever term.
Comorbidities.
Yeah, but who are we to decide what well-documented is? So, I
What?
mean, I said, who are we to decide what's
Well, I
well-documented?
think the superintendent would make that decision.
In my
I wanna
opinion,
hear what the board
yeah,
says.
okay, so my opinion is we remove the option completely. I think it's too muddy. I think there's too much room for misinterpretation. So if there is a situation that arises where somebody is dealing with a health issue, then they bring it and then we discuss it at that point. But to leave the door cracked open, to me at this point, it muddies the water too much. I think we need to remove the option. That would be my opinion.
I'd like to clarify what you're saying. What do you mean we could discuss what at what point?
Well, I just think of something, I mean, at any given moment, something could happen to any of us.
Right.
We would bring it to the board, we would bring it to the superintendent, and then there might be, a situation where that would be allowed. But if we leave the door cracked open, it's too hard to interpret what the proper situation would be.
Well,
That's my
it would
opinion.
be too late to do it that way. You'd have to have a board meeting to make the adjustment of Bob's thing.
So,
Mhm.
so you did. I mean,
I mean,
you asked my opinion, I gave you my opinion, so I would say remove the
Okay.
hybrid option altogether. That's my
That's not
opinion.
what we said a couple weeks ago.
I've changed my stance.
Okay.
My interpretation is, several weeks ago, we discussed a documented medical issue to allow and afford the opportunity for the hybrid model. I still stand by that. Most of you know, I'm pretty much talked out on this whole issue here. And I've made it clear that we've spent a lot of time treading water. Initially, we did say, hey, that'd be a great idea if we weren't feeling well, to be able to Zoom in if we're on vacation. But reality kind of came in, that not that we don't believe people, but if you're on vacation, be on vacation. If you're sick, you're sick. If you can't attend, you can't attend. If you're endangering others, if you flu-like symptoms or cold or whatever consideration for the community that we are in here, that you don't come into a board meeting. And I guess if I'm sick, I'm sick. I guess I'll catch up on the board meeting stuff. Again, to the point where Mike said the well-documented, somebody has a serious medical condition that I think we should evaluate it at some point, but I don't think we should have to extend that out right now. I don't know where the whole COVID thing's going. We have policies and mandates in place for masks that the governor has put on, not even as a school district. And speaking with some in legal terms, that mandate has kind of caught the umbrella of like any open thing. Like you're coming to a meeting and wearing a mask, and that's just kind of the whole thing. You can't be here, you can't be here. That's just kind of my thing. And like I said, I think we have really beat this thing to no end. There's more important issues that we need to move forward on. That's kind of where I'm at.
No, go ahead.
You know, I don't want to talk about my medical history, but I'm going to because I get upset by some people in this group. And I'm not talking about a mask of what we talked about 2 weeks ago. 2011, I was elected to school board in July. Well, May, took office in July. August 2012. August of 2012, I was diagnosed with leukemia. I full with tests, bone marrow biopsies and everything till November. November 14th, 2012, I already been diagnosed. I'm running around white blood cell count 160,000. November 14th, a Wednesday, I was running around the schools on a school tour. Not feeling good. I was running around all these schools on a school tour. I get home at 3:30. The main doctor at Roswell called me, Rick, you gotta be in here in the morning. You're coming in for 30 days. You're going home for 2 weeks. And you're doing 8 cycles of this until we get a transfer. 8 cycles of 25 to 30 days in the hospital. I said, I can't come in tomorrow. I'm all packed going hunting Saturday. Take my son. You gotta be in tomorrow. I already have a bed for you. I said, Doc, I'll call you back. Talk to my wife. Because I handle the economics. I said, you're gonna be able to do this? I'm gone for 30 days and I'm coming home for 2 weeks. And they only do that to give you your strength back. You got 20% chance of dying the first year. So anyways, I did that. Every time I come out of the hospital, when I first come out the first time, my wife's shaving my head because all my hair is gone. Every time I come out, if I wasn't in Roswell for the next 6 months, I was sitting right there. I was sitting here, bald and everything else. Steve even teased me. He said, that board, the school district was going out for chicken wings once in a while and to tease me. And it was a fun way. Send me a picture of 100 chicken wings. And I'm sitting in Roswell craving them and I can't eat because you're so sick. Okay. Several years later, I had two total knee surgeries. As soon as I get out of the hospital, I'm walking in on crutches and a walker to make my commitment over here. So you want to tell me, and that's fine. At least I know where everyone stands. You want to tell me after I made every commitment to come in here to probably no one in this room would probably still be on this board if they went through what I went through. And you're telling me that we can't make accommodation or adjust his proposal to allow someone who might be in a hospital, who might be really sick, but still can make a virtual meeting? We would deny him that? That's fine, if that's what you want to do, but I need to hear that. I need to hear that, just so I know where we're at. I'm done, Steve.
I'm with Mike in the sense that, you know, the governor put in place the hybrid option for the fact of those that have the comorbidities that serve in our public forums that are afraid of contracting because of their higher risk COVID. We allow for that special circumstances for staff in certain regards, I believe, and we've had in the past with last year's situation. And we did so with students this year. And as I said, well, we're not above the staff or students in this district, or any board is above the staff or student in any districts. I believe that that equal treatment piece and should be afforded to all members. I would entertain amending it for the purpose of anyone that has documented comorbidities that's been provided to the superintendent. And with his approval that it is from, you know, that is well documented, that we allow that piece. And you know, as Rick said, that could befall any of us at any time. If you're looking to long-term with things. So I'm going to entertain a separate motion that we amend your motion to include only those people that have documented comorbidities and have been documented in the past previous to this meeting at this time. Is there a second?
I second.
It's seconded. Discussion on that motion. I do want to hear, you know, if you want to say anything about that motion, feel free to now, because the discussion is only on that motion.
My comment on that is, we haven't had it in the past. Does it really need warranted now?
Okay.
We haven't had it, never had it.
Mhm.
Why is it warranted now? That's
Mhm.
my thing on it.
All right, well, I call for a vote. Oh,
One more piece of that. The governor who has extended the virtual hybrid option is only until January 22nd, I believe, or it's mid-January.
I think it's
this year.
15th.
If it's not extended, this is a whole lot of conversation. that, You know,
That will not have any bearing.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we may be revisiting it another month and say, well, you know, we can't do it at all.
Right.
Or we can do it at all. And, yeah, I mean, and Rick, to your point, I mean, if you have medical issues and you can come in, yes, absolutely. I mean, we're all volunteers here. We've all volunteered on different groups, committees and stuff, and we make an effort to come here. And I'm not questioning your effort at all. I know your commitment to the town board, to the school board. Don't take what I'm saying directing at you at all, because that's not where I'm going with it. I'm talking as a whole, that if somebody health-wise in this COVID climate is not well, they shouldn't be here. I'm not coming in if I don't feel well. I'm not endangering you or my student, anybody. And it's real. All right, I lost a friend 2 weeks ago, 61 years old. I know it's real. So my point is, I shouldn't come here and get myself exposed because somebody doesn't want to follow the procedure to my family, to anyone else's family. Everyone's here volunteering. You can come in and do what you can do and contribute to the board and represent what we're elected to do. Then God bless you, come on in. But if not, if you're not healthy enough, we need to have that discussion as a board. And that's about all I'm gonna say.
All right, then. I'll call for a vote on the amendment to the motion. So the way that works is basically we vote on that piece and then we have to vote on the original motion. So we'll go, can you do roll call, please, on this one, just because it's, I think,
Complicated.
yeah. Yes.
Wait, can you clarify the amendment again?
So the
please?
amendment is to allow those that have previous documented comorbidities as of this meeting to attend in a hybrid option should COVID get bad enough and they feel that they are unsafe coming in due to COVID.
And everybody understands
infection.
what the word comorbidity means, correct?
Everyone understand what that means right now? Comorbidity means that you have a compromised immune system, that you have a previous condition such as you said, leukemia or cancer or heart disease or something that's listed on there that makes you more susceptible, or obesity that makes you more susceptible to severe COVID. All right.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Okay. It was 5-1. So the amendment then is attached to the original motion. So the original motion is to not provide a hybrid model for any board member, except in the sense that they're except in the what did I say the words before?
Just for documented.
Yes, unless there was documented comorbidity previous to this meeting. For that particular member. So that is what the motion stands for for this right now. To allow in that, only in that sense, but we will not have hybrid for any other reason that's there. So, for example, I'm on vacation. Oh, enjoy your vacation. You know, I don't agree with the rules of the school right now to follow county health protocols or state ed protocols with mask wearing or anything else like that. There's no hybrid option for you. If you have previous to this meeting, a documented comorbidity that the superintendent is aware of, then you are, we can provide it in the sense that you feel you're at risk for contracting severe COVID is elevated at the time. All right, all those in favor on that, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Against? Abstaining? Motion passes. So there, just to clarify, there is no hybrid option for anyone other than those that have a previously documented comorbidity on this board. Superintendent understands that? All right. All right, any new business at this time?
You still legally have to address his motion?
That was what we just, that's what we just voted on,
Yeah.
was this
Oh,
motion
With the amendment.
with the amendment. So we voted on his, it's an amended motion for that. Any new business? All right.
Did you want to discuss that issue or about missing meetings?
I mean, anyone can bring that piece up. If you want to bring that piece up,
What's that?
you know, right now it's, Rick had asked about, with Jason, that if he misses meetings, you know, it can be held against him for, removal due to vacating seats. You know, one of the things that was mentioned was that, we allow him to have, you know, not have this count, any misses meetings that he misses count against that. That again would have to come from an action from the board to allow that piece to happen. And would have to have a motion.
Now, we were all over the place the other day. Did you indicate the attorney or his says that was an option?
It's something for us to discuss.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't an option that he said that, you know, was there. It was something for us to discuss. Am I correct?
Oh, sure. What I was gonna say was
Yeah.
this, just for clarity, and I believe this is the case, but I just, so I can check if you want. And you may know already, Steve, or some of you may know. I believe the way the language is that it could lead
Mhm.
to removal. So I don't know that you need to take action to say that you won't do it. You just wouldn't take action
Until
to remove somebody until you chose to. So I don't think you need to take action to not take action. Get it?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Just for clarity's sake.
What is the rule anyways? It's,
Well, it's sort of a,
If you want, I could pull that information.
Yeah,
and
it's-
send it to the group.
the way it basically states in there is that once, upon missing three meetings in a row,
Consecutive.
3 consecutive meetings, the board can deem that that member has vacated his seat and then henceforth take action to remove the member. Yeah, so,
Is it something that you bring to the board or send us?
That's up to you. If you want, I could send you what, it's up to you. I could
it's
send you.
actually in the school law book, you know, the
Yeah.
school law book we get every
But-
year. And it's right in there's a section in there that deals with that.
If you want me to send it to you, I can
Yeah,
send you
go
the
ahead.
language if you want.
Yeah, if the board wants it, you know,
Right.
it's up to the board. So,
You tell me. That's all.
all right, any new business? All right, board member comments, just, again, great artwork for the kids. One of the things I think would be cool is if some way we could display that online on our webpage too, get some pictures and
Yep.
and get it up there. And other than that, hey, holidays are coming up and, it's, enjoy some time with your family and, it's going to be a, interesting day again tomorrow with the wind. So hopefully we don't have, any more damage than we already had. So, any other board member comments?
I'd just like to thank the principals, the teachers, staff, and the students, especially the ones that did some presentations for us and that walkthrough. That was one of the things I was looking forward to when I started the board 2 years ago, obviously, because of COVID, I didn't get it, have the opportunity to meet any of the staff. I haven't had the privilege up until the other day. So I just want to say thank you to all of them for welcoming us in, and I'm looking forward to the research on the chocolate milk thing going on, and can't wait to see what the results are.
And ironically, there's a whole study out there about how chocolate milk is great for recovering athletes after a workout. So, of course, some of us, with that Nestle quick chocolate milk, you should take a lot of advantage of that, and yeah, that whole thing where it should be like less than 6 ounces. We didn't pay attention to that part.
And lunch was very good too.
Lunch was really good. That was a really good lunch there. The whole board building walkthrough, every, staff, professional, it was, they were doing a great job, both, that or our support staff and our teachers. Administration was great and welcoming. It was interesting to see that there's someone taller than Mike, and when we compared him next to Mr. Long, it was, even Mike was impressed. He's like, wow, I get to look up to someone. But, great work by their staff and everyone for the district, and everything was looking really good. All right, at this time then, I'll call for a motion to adjourn. Oh, sorry, I missed you.
No, I was just gonna, Mike must have been looking at my notes, but same the whole line of, yeah, great opportunity to get into the buildings and, see schools in action and stuff, it was great. And again, came on the board when Mike, at the same time, did not have the opportunity to walk through last year during COVID, and appreciated the, I guess good or bad, the look of outside Tusk and some of the damage, the deterioration of the building, to be able to put eyes on it. So it was a great experience. And very good. I want to thank all the staff and everybody that entertained us and hosted us for that day. That's all.
Yeah.
I would just like to, I know this has been 1 year where we finally got everybody back into school. And I'd really like to thank everybody involved that has kept it going, and teachers, students, community at large. This school has done, in my opinion, a fantastic job keeping our children back in school and in learning in an environment that is healthy for them. I also like to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all. Thank you.
I just want to say, everyone have a safe and happy holiday.
All right, then, call for motion to adjourn. So moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those abstaining, motion carries. We're adjourned.